Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning La La Land. We are so excited to welcome back to the show Nancy Davis. She is the founder of Peace and Love, the host of the new show Peace and Love on EverTalk TV, and of course, the founder of Race to Erase Mess. Thank you so much for being with us,
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here.
And congratulations.
Thank you. I never dreamed I would have my own show. So, wow, that sounds larger than life. And I never thought I would have Peace and Love with Nancy Davis. So thank you for the most amazing opportunity and to talk about it today.
Well, you deserve it. You've done so much work for the world. You've raised over $50 million with your organization. That's amazing.
More like about 60.
Oh, well, who's counting? I'm
counting.
I'm joking.
I'm counting because
amazing
every penny
work.
that we raise, oh my gosh, we now have 17 drugs on the market with FDA approval for people with multiple sclerosis, which I have multiple sclerosis. I was diagnosed some 26 years ago. At the time, it was this, bleak disease with no known cause, no cure, no drugs on the market, no therapies, and basically no hope. And I was so lucky that I could go get second opinions from amazing doctors all over the country. And when I went to each of these doctors, I was hoping they would say, you do not have MS. Nobody told me that, but I listened to the research that they were doing at Harvard, at Yale, at the Cleveland Clinic, at USC, UC San Francisco, UCLA. They were doing identical research, but they were convinced that they were the only ones doing that research.
Oh, wow.
So I thought if I could put the best and the brightest to work as a team, we would find a cure a lot quicker. And we did that. It's something called the Center Without Walls. It's basically no money has ever been spent on mortar and bricks. It goes right to these brilliant doctors, and they have to communicate every month via a database. And because of that, and a lot of really amazing people, friends, supporters throughout, 26 years, we even have 17 drugs on the market. And the real hope and promise that we will find a cure for MS.
Wow, congratulations.
So I'm so lucky.
We find also that, through a lot of the dis-ease, that stress obviously can play into how you're feeling. Even if you have MS, I'm sure that when you're stressed, it will play into it versus when you're not stressed. And today we're talking a little bit about relationships and how you have positive or negative relationships. Have you noticed? I'm just curious because I don't know. I don't have MS. Does it play into it? Like if you have,
at least 100%, or maybe even more. When I was diagnosed with MS, I was in a relationship. I was married to somebody who was very toxic, and when I finally got diagnosed with MS and I started reading all the books on MS, the thing that just kept hitting me in the face and made me have to realize I needed to end my marriage if I was going to be okay. I had 3 sons who I loved more than life itself. And I realized that my marriage, I couldn't fix it by myself. If I went to a therapist, whatever thing I could do, it's a two-way street. It takes 2 people to make a relationship work. And I knew that that wasn't going to happen. And I realized that I needed to get divorced. I needed to get out of my marriage in order for me to be okay. The day that I filed for divorce, I lost 184 pounds, which was him. And
Erin's like, what's that diet? That sounds
sign me up. It was the Lose That Guy diet, which was the best diet ever.
That's a great diet.
You don't even have to work out. It's like great. And it's a little expensive, and a little emotional. But I swear, the next day, I think I could have walked on water. It just took this huge thing off of me. My health started improving. My outlook on life started improving. I started seeing the light at the end of the tunnel that I could be okay. I was giddy. I was happy. I thought before that you are married forever. My parents were married forever. They were married forever. They were married for 60 years by the time my father had passed away. I thought I was such a loser, such a bad person and giving up on everything. But at some point you realize, everybody has a different relationship, and you can't, life isn't a dress rehearsal. You can't sit there and punish yourself if you're in the bad relationship. You owe it to yourself to be okay. And I think everybody has a disease lurking in their body. And if you let yourself be your most stressed out, that disease will show its ugly face.
So true.
And mine showed its ugly face. And as soon as I dealt with the reality of this is what's going on, I took my ex-husband with me to get a second opinion at NIH in Washington, D.C. about a week after I was diagnosed. And I remember sitting in a hotel in Washington, D.C., having dinner with him alone. And I we were sitting there and he goes, oh, business is bad, this is bad. And he goes, and now I have a wife with MS. And I thought, you're such a jerk. But it was the best thing he could have ever said to me, because it started making me realize, you can't fix this. This is just who he is. And I went to my room, I locked the door, I didn't let him come back in the room all night. I sat there crying and feeling really sorry for myself. But in that night, I woke up. I just realized this is not this dream, this is nothing I can fix. Got to get out of this marriage, and I did, and I think it's the best thing for my health. So anybody that's having a health issue, sometimes there's a relationship or something underneath that you got to fix.
But you've also developed some of the most positive relationships, and those are the people in your community that you're using to support the Race to Erase MS. We have another look at some of the guests on your show.
Oh my God, having MS, it's very interesting going through this. You feel so self-conscious, you're embarrassed to talk about your disease, you're embarrassed about what people are going to think about you, how they're going to treat you. And one day I just ripped the Band-Aid off and I just told everybody. I had a party, it was Valentine's Day, I found out the day before, I said, I'm just going to tell everybody, they can all talk behind my back all together at once and get it over with. And then after that, oh my God, it was great. And everybody knew about it, and I went on. I have met the most incredible people with MS or who are so supportive. I have a charity event every year. We're going to have one coming up this year in May. It's May 8th. And it's amazing how many amazing people. And my first show, we're talking about, I interviewed David Osmond. He was one of the first people who came to me after I started my charity. He had been going through a really rough time in his life. He couldn't walk. He then got his health better. He married this amazing girl, and she's gorgeous and sweet, and she was so supportive of him. I interviewed his father, Alan Osmond. They have a really interesting dynamic and a different way of dealing with things. It's just an incredible story, but I remember him contacting me, and I was very inspired. There's so many amazing people that I will be talking to through my journey of Peace and Love TV with Nancy Davis, so I'm very excited. But it won't be just about multiple sclerosis. I have other issues as well and other different people, but I'm really excited.
Well, we'd love to show another look
Okay.
at your TV show. Let's
That'd be great. Journey that you have been on is very inspiring to me. And when I thought about how I should start doing Peace and Love with Nancy Davis, I was thinking about what people are really important to me in my life. And you are one of those people that's really important to me. And I love your story.
Care about all those that are watching your show, because there is hope and there is positiveness, and life's worth living. And the most important thing is you got to go get it.
You can't be as excited as I am to be here today. Nancy, you are totally in your element. You're going to raise a bunch of money. You're going to sell a lot of jewelry, and you're going to find the cure for MS.
Thank you. Thanks for having us, indeed. And we're excited for you, for this show, to be able to go out and spread some more peace and love, especially for those that have MS.
Or have you told your children you have MS?
Yes. Yes, I have. The first symptoms started 6 months after I started dating my wife. And it came on very fast. Christmas Eve, 2005. We have our family prayers every day. And every day, my beautiful kids say, and please bless Daddy and help take his MS away. Man, you know, I'm turning into like,
I'm sorry.
I get this from my dad too.
I know.
But
Isn't he amazing?
He is amazing.
And everything he says, he is the most heartfelt, amazing, sweet, passionate person. He's helped so many other people with multiple sclerosis
Well,
as
and
well.
the same can be said for you. Of course, we want to encourage you to binge watch the latest and greatest episodes of Peace and Love TV on EverTalk TV. The app is available on Apple TV and Roku. Of course, you can go to that on your desktop or via your Apple TV.
That's right. This is not a dress rehearsal. I love that's my favorite saying
No, it's
ever.
not. We don't get to do this again.
We don't, not in this
we
form
do
anyway.
not get to ever do this again. So you know what? You got to, every minute that you have, that you're healthy and you're well and you're alive, you have the right to have a great time. And why not? And if you're in a miserable relationship in any way, shape, or form, get rid of it.
Yeah, replace it with some
Lose the
peace
weight.
and love.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I think that the most two important things you can have in your life are peace and love. I mean, no matter how you look at it, it's a universal language that speaks to everybody. If we had peace and love all over this entire world, and everybody practiced just a little bit of that every day and gave just a little bit of peace and love to everybody, our world would be in a whole different place. We don't have to be miserable. Like, why not? Peace and love. All the way.
Absolutely. I'm with you.
I love that
That's
so
binge
much.
worthy.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much, Nancy. We appreciate
Thank you
it.
so much.
Stay tuned. We'll be back with more on Good Morning La La Land.